Hey everyone, this is Steven, StoicDev0 on Twitter. I am a Solidity dev at Remark, co-author of the EVM implementation of the protocol together with 3 merged DIPs. In this video, we will create a new project using a template and go quickly through it. Then we will modify it to create our very first Remark contract. I will give you a glance on how to run tests and deploy your contract on a testnet. On all tutorials, I'll be using Hardhat. I highly recommend it. It has everything we're going to need. First, we will go to the template repo. I will leave the link on the video description. We'll click on use this template, create a new repository. We give it a name. And we hit create repository. I already created it, so I won't do it this time. Here is the project. It has all the configuration we're going to need, including the NPM package for the EVM contracts. Here are some instructions on basic operations you will need to do. Here is the project. Let's take a quick glance at all the files it has. We have a folder for contracts, scripts, and tests. We have some environment configuration. The idea is that you copy this file into .env and replace your private key and Etherscan API key. Then there is some configuration for linting, for prettier. We have the Hardhat configuration with already 4 networks ready to be used. We have the license and the notice. The license from Remark basically requires you to give attribution to Remark when you're using their protocol. There is more details on the notice. We have a package.json with some scripts ready to use, the README file we saw earlier, and a TypeScript configuration. Going back to the repository we cloned, we see it has a simple contract. We can check if it compiles. We can also run tests. And we can even deploy it. My contract is now deployed to this address on Moonbase Alpha. In this basic implementation, it's using a ready-to-use equipable version, but we are not going to do this. We will start from the core building blocks and we will build our way up. So I will add some imports here and I will replace the constructor for this. So I'm using the ownable, the Remark collection metadata, the royalties, and the equipable Lego. All these are utilities and extensions that let me build block by block any implementation I want. I will initialize the contracts I'm importing. So for the collection metadata, I will pass a parameter, same for the default token URI. The rest of the things, I will initialize them already with a fixed value. In this case, whoever deploys the contract will receive the royalties and it will be 5%. And this is the name and the symbol for the equipable Lego. We have a default token URI we want to store. It's already there. Let's add a function to return the token URI, which is not included in the core implementation. In this case, we will just return the same URI for every token because we plan to use assets for the actual assets of this instead of the legacy token URI. This is just for backwards compatibility. Finally, if we look at it, this tells us that our contract should be marked as abstract. That is because we are not implementing all the functions that these Legos or building blocks require us to. So in this case, I know what's missing. It's from Remark royalties. So I will add the missing function, which is one to update the royalty recipient. You will see that in many of these extensions and utilities, we don't have full contracts, but we have abstracts version, which are semi-implementations. So if we go to them, you can see they are abstract and they define all you're gonna need. And in this case, it's defining a non-implemented function that the final implementer needs to implement to get full functionality, but that we don't do it here because the gating is up to the final implementer. So as I mentioned in the introduction, this is non-opinionated. But here we have our very contract can compile it. Let me just quickly rename this to Snake Soldier so we don't have any issue. And let's look at the size of the contract. All good. We have a Snake Soldier implementation, which is 17 kilobytes approximately. That's all for this video. On the next one, we are going to see how to add assets to tokens. Thank you. See you next.